What is going on, guys? Sabertooth Chief here, and as you may know, Minecraft Live 2024 just got aired last night at about 10:30 p.m. on Indian time. So a lot of things were discussed, some cool updates, great announcements, some highly anticipating breaking news was revealed to all of us audiences. And we're going to have a quick rundown on what was discussed during the live event. So, and without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first off, we had a great announcement, something that we've been waiting for quite a long time, and that is Hardcore mode is now available on Bedrock Edition, which means whether you are on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, or even on Windows 10 Edition, Pocket Edition, Hardcore mode can now be played on any of the platforms, like I mentioned. So it's gonna give you it's gonna give you a great excitement, like as if you're playing Minecraft for the first time, where you got so much adventure, but countless of other things to be worried about. Because in other words, it's YOLO, right? So you got one life, one shot, one chance. Okay, so that excitement, that intensity will return to Minecraft, and this time it's on Bedrock Edition. All right. So also another cool feature was announced is that bundles can now be crafted with different colors. So if I'm not mistaken, we have about 16 new colors we can add to the bundle, and there was a cool name was given. Unfortunately, I don't remember that name at the moment. It's like bundles of, yeah, I can't get the third word. But with that aside, new colors are now added to bundles, and so if you are like really obsessed with arranging, sorting your inventory to utmost perfection, now you can arrange and categorize your inventory based on the colors of the bundles, and that's gonna be cool. That's cool. I mean, it's nerdy, but cool. When I first saw the trailer of Minecraft the movie, I thought to myself, it's cool. I mean, obviously it's Minecraft, so I'm gonna love it. However, there may be a couple of things that it could be made better, but we will get on that a little bit later. But right now, first off, I want to say Jack Black. Having him in the movie it's like a collaboration that we didn't know we needed this whole time, and he is gonna do everything with his ability to bring the fun and the cool, the epic adventures, and with tons and tons of humor into the movie. So certainly having him is a great addition. Now the thing is, there is a lot more that we need to make the movie great. It's just the cast. Only the cast won't be enough to make the movie unforgettable. Okay? So basically, when you have games to be made in movies, I would say okay. So here's my humble opinion. Okay, so for any game to be made into a movie, you need a core storyline. I'm gonna say the most important aspect of turning a game into a movie is the animation. So now if you take Super Mario Bros. For example, now having that game into an animated movie, it's simply a genius move. It's a great move. It's so enjoyable. The voice casting, the voiceovers, it was great. Okay, but the thing is, when you're having it on a live action, I don't know, it doesn't seem as promising as it would be compared when you make it an animated movie. Technology is advancing when it comes to cinematography. You don't always have to make it hyper realistic. You don't always need to do that. you just have to make it look good. It has to be enjoyable. So that is why having it as an animated movie, there are countless possibilities on how we can make it great. When doing it a live action movie, you might, whether you realize it or not, the limitations on how we can make it stand out compared to the other movies, it's not a lot. That is the way I see it. With that aside, let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best. Let's see how it goes. The new hostile mob that will be added to the Minecraft game on future snapshots and beta, introducing the Creaking. It's kind of like Slender Man in the woods, kind of a horror entity that is being added to the game, and it's definitely going to be a great addition to the game, and certainly we all are going to have a lot of jump scares. I can imagine myself getting jump scared by one of those. Now, when I first saw the announcement of the Creaking, I thought to myself, I kind of seen a game character like that before. It was in another game, and that was in one of those SCP games, that the kind of a science experiment gone wrong in a laboratory kind of game. So there is one SCP guy by the name of SCP-173. So basically, that entity can only attack you if you're not looking at it. So with that in mind, when I saw the announcement, I just realized, wait, it's kind of like the same concept. It is a cool addition to the game. However, there are possibilities on how you can make it even more creepy. So with that, my first thought is you need to add fog, a lot of fog in the woods, right? Because you have to, now in order to have the Creaking to perfectly execute being camouflaged and blending in the woods, it has to be less visible in plain sight by players. So we're going to add a lot of fog. On top of that, there's going to be lots of fireflies all around the place. Now it could be even better if you have the eyes of the Creaking to have a similar shade of the fireflies, not the exact color, but you need to have, the color should be a little bit slightly different to the fireflies. So then in a blind eye view, you won't be able to notice how different those are. And that is one element on how you can make it a lot more frightening. So if the developers could make those changes, I'm sure it's going to be a banger. Now we are on to the last topic of the day, and that is a new biome that will be added to the game, which is also the home of the Creaking, and we call it the Pale Garden. When I saw the video about the Pale Garden, well, the thing is, it looks great, the colors and how the Minecraft developers were explaining about the ambience and the spooky sound effects and all. That is wonderful. Certainly that is what you need to add up to the horror, to the elements of horror. You will want to make that biome to stand out from the rest. Now there are approximately 40 biomes in the game. Each biome should have the one thing that makes it different from the rest. And since you're adding a new biome, how are you going to make it unique? Well, I've been thinking about it all night, and I just came up with a certain imaginary situation. So bear with me on this. It's gonna be quite fun. So I hope you're gonna enjoy as I'm about to explain to you right now. So we're gonna start with imagine. Okay, now first off, the trees doesn't have to look similar to the dark oak wood, not like the dark oak tree. You have to make the trees look a little bit taller. Kind of like the spruce wood, but not that insignificant. And also, you're gonna have those hanging leaves that is also been mentioned in Minecraft Live. So those hanging leaves should have different lengths. So it's gonna appear like one of those spooky forests that you have in horror movies, and it's gonna be a great addition to that. So once again, how you're going to make this biome to stand out, and also you have to make sure that the players will want to come back to this biome. Now, to make this biome enjoyable, you have to introduce more concept for the adventure that will make the players want to come back for more. So here is what I imagine. Okay, think of this. A player notices a dark biome with tall trees and lots of hanging leaves, and he decides to take a stroll, to take a walk in the woods. Little did he know that as he enters that biome, that's gonna trigger a very spooky, scary, hostile mob, and that will set his eyes on the player and nothing else. And thus, the Creaking will emerge in the darkness as soon as night falls. Look, we got sound effects for the jump scare. Ooh, spooky. Alright, so it's kind of like the Grudge movie, that when you enter a certain place and then something triggers and then you are cursed by the horror entity. So we can apply that concept into the Creaking. Alright, so what's gonna happen is that guy, that mob, the Creaking, will keep watching you from a certain distance and will always try to hunt you down, will stalk you. He will stalk you and hunt you down. Even when the player goes back to his base, the Creaking will always watch him. Okay, to make matters worse, the Creaking will also be able to teleport. Now here's what will be very interesting. The player won't be able to sleep at night because the Creaking is always watching you. Maybe you can put a message on some corner right here, like you cannot sleep, the Creaking is watching you, or you can put a cool spooky sentence like that. And now the player is wondering, how on earth are you going to get rid of him? So now here's one solution. Alright, the player will have to go back to the pale garden, and then as he walks through the woods, he's going to find himself a very strange building, like a wooden mansion, not as big as the woodland mansion, not that one. I'm talking about a structure that would be quite much smaller than another one in the dark oak wood. Like it's got to be like a small structure, just about 10 to 12 blocks tall, and it should have not more than 5 rooms. As he enters the spooky wooden mansion, the Creaking's gonna appear right in front of the doorstep. Okay, and it's only gonna be a race against time for the player to find his way into the building. And also, not to mention, the mansion should be like a maze filled with tons of booby traps. And when he searches in each room, he's gonna have to find out where is the one block that will help you to defeat the Creaking. And that is also being announced in Minecraft Live. It is the Creaking parts. Now, on one hand, the Creaking won't be able to teleport in the wooden mansion because let's say it's not an open space, so he can't teleport on his free will. So something like that. But however, on the other hand, you're going to have to worry about the booby traps that's going to be randomly placed around each of those rooms. So the player will have to find himself to locate the Creaking heart, and he's going to break that block. Okay, and once he does, the Creaking will be defeated. As the Creaking perishes, he's going to drop a very special item, and it's going to be a music disc. So the player is going to collect that music disc, and which is actually gonna be a new soundtrack, a spooky soundtrack. So you as a player, you can play it on the jukebox. So that is gonna be like a cool story. So this is just my imagination that I just thought about it within a few hours at night. I just put all the pieces together, connected the dots and all. So that's what it is. So if the game developers could have something like that added into the game, I can assure it's going to be a lot of fun. It could make the game a lot fun on the adventurous side, but it can also be a little bit too frightening to new players. Alright guys, the song's coming in, and also that's going to be it for today's discussion about Minecraft Live 2024. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, comment, and a subscribe. And also, by the way, I would like to hear some of your thoughts on, and if you have any different thoughts about the game, on how we can make the game, how we can make the game a lot exciting. So please, I would love to hear your opinions, your thoughts. Please put them down in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.